Welcome back to the apartments. I got the usual, the usual. I got Chris for the K. I got Zach in the cut. You see him, you see him. All right. Over the weekend, we had the Nets and the Heat play. Miami ended up winning buzzer beater. Bam came in the clutch. My question for that game though was AD left early. I mean, not AD, KD. I'm tripping. KD left early in the game over the injury, and me watching that and me hearing that, I question the Nets as can they play together? Can they stay healthy? We all call them a front runner for the championships. They might dethrone LeBron and the Lakers, but if they can't stay healthy, are they still a contender coming out of the East? What y'all think?
I mean, I see something about KD. They said something about he was doing for like the rest of the actual season. I don't know about for playoffs, but he was out for the remainder of this season. But I don't know. Like I feel like KD has so many chances to be a dominant player in the NBA and establish his dominance, but like it always seems like he can't keep himself healthy. So, I mean, I don't see that team being able to dethrone LeBron and them without like their full healthy team. It's possible they can, but I just don't see it. I don't at all.
I think it's going to be them too. I think they're going to be the last two teams standing. I think the Nets losing LaMarcus Aldridge is maybe a bigger deal than many people are talking about. With him retiring, choosing to hang it up, and I think it was a good decision. At his age,
Definitely a heart problem. You don't want to take that
exactly.
risk. That's just bad.
Yeah, I mean that's as serious as it gets. So, but from a basketball standpoint, that was a really good pickup. Blake, I think he'll give you some things here and there, but LaMarcus Aldridge was still pretty solid. I mean, you kind of knew what you were getting, and that was a nice piece that they added. I look at the Nets, and you're 100% right, Chris. It's all about health. And can they get on the same page in enough time? Because you look at the Lakers, they have a championship already, right? And they're going to bring that with them into the playoffs. The Nets aren't really battle tested just yet, right? They haven't really been in a big time game all together. So we're gonna see. We're gonna find out.
I was just gonna say, I think the thing with the injuries and not being on the same page, it stems from all these players at some point were on a team by themselves and they had to play, 50 plus games, 60 plus games in the season. So they kind of got used to oh, I'm gonna take a game off because I have to, and I feel like that's kind of stemming into now. They don't have to do the same thing, but I think mindset wise, they feel like they do. So every other game, you see two of them play. Say Kyrie and KD play, and then James Harden will sit out,
right.
Or James Harden will come in, Kyrie will sit, Blake will play, but it's just you. At this point, with that roster, you can't do that. There's no excuse why each one of you shouldn't be able to put up as many games as you can possibly, unless you physically can't go.
Yeah.
I know KD with his thigh contusion, that's a serious injury. He can't go. But
You throwing shots at Kyrie pretty much.
Right.
I mean, I'm not throwing shots, but it's the truth. You can't you're not that only guy no more, and on a team that's not gonna really make a difference or stir things up in the playoffs. I felt when James Harden was at the Rockets, they stirred things up, but it wasn't really nobody was really confident in the Rockets winning the championship.
Right.
That people talked about it. But nobody was really okay, Rockets they're winning this thing this year, they talk about with the past Cav team, the Heat, stuff like that. So I mean, you got Blake too, but I don't think Blake is as much as a problem as maybe say Kyrie, James Harden, and KD is. So I mean, they just need to get that through their mind that they're not on the same teams as they was before, so they don't have to do these types of things.
I'm interested to see, Chris, when all these guys get back together, who's going to play off the ball? Who's going to be the primary ball handler? It's real easy to say, oh, they're just going to take turns. It's all going to work out. You get it this time, you get it this time. We'll see. Because I know Harden's at his best when he has the ball. I know Kyrie's at his best when he has the ball. Right? KD, I think he's more of a player, I think, who can
do it all.
He can do it all. It don't matter. Right? But when you're talking about Kyrie and James, they're at their best with the ball in their hand at the helm.
Do you think they kind of been dodging the fact of that? Kind of
maybe.
Like skipping around it?
And I mean, I know this is kind of maybe something they don't want to hear, but, I mean, could you imagine bringing Harden off the bench? I mean, even if he played 35 minutes and just came off the bench and played most of his minutes in that primary role when Kyrie got some rest here. So they're probably going to stagger it in some way. I'm sure they got a plan for that. But they got Spencer Dinwiddie sitting on the sidelines. Mm-hmm. He's another point guard who's really good. I mean, he's a guy who I think he was averaging 16 to 18 points a game. I mean, he can give you 20 on any night. I mean, so, yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch.
All right, so with the Nets going through their inconsistency, do you think that open up the doors for teams like Philly and Milwaukee to take the first place? Even though Philly just lost last night to Golden State on a Monday, but do you think that opened up the door for them?
I definitely see that opening the door, especially for a team like Philly. It's kind of hard to put faith in the Bucks because I feel like every year it's the same thing. Like, they're such a strong team, and then they get to the playoffs, and then it's just like they underperform a lot. So, I mean, I definitely see it as a chance for like a team like the Sixers, but for the Bucks, I don't know. I still feel like that they'll find a way to choke it in playoffs.
But for me, the Milwaukee thing is you take Giannis away, you take their team away. Even though I think they picked up Holiday, a lot of people in the league do love Holiday, say he's a great player. He just got an extension a couple months ago, weeks, something like that. So Holiday is definitely a good player, but at the same time, if Giannis don't got that jump shot, Milwaukee's not getting far because that's the team. Like, you take him away, Milwaukee ain't going nowhere. Speaking of Golden State, though, the man Steph has been looking like MVP stuff, taking control of April with putting up 40 points per game, had 49 last night. And me and Zach was talking, can they get the 8th seed? We agree they can, but my only thing is when Golden State does get into the playoffs, who's going to be that role player to take that pressure off of Steph? Because we know he could do it by himself, but he needs somebody. Like last night, he had 49. I'm going to say Wiggins had maybe 15. That's a big margin, bro. So, like, if they do make it, who's taking that pressure off of him?
It's got to be Wiggins.
I was going to say, it's got to be Wiggins. I don't see Draymond posing that much of a threat on offense to take that pressure off Steph. It's going to have to be Wiggins. Wiggins definitely can, but I think it's more the question of will he.
Right.
And
Kelly Oubre, too.
Kelly Oubre as well.
I had high hopes of Kelly Oubre, and he disappointed me.
He looks so much better in Phoenix.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it just hasn't worked out to this point. But, I mean, he could come on in the playoffs, and if he did, that would be a big boost.
For sure. Click at the right time.
Yeah.
But I think this just shows how impactful Klay Thompson is on that team.
Oh, 100%.
No doubt.
Like, Steph could do it by himself, but you remember, we had Klay, Didn't Klay have a 60-ball game before?
Oh.
So it's kind of, so when you got your 1-2 punch, it's like, man, I need help.
Klay Thompson's dropped 45 before taking like 3 dribbles the whole game.
Right.
So
it's insane. Hey, Chris, I want to go back to the East Coast and talk about Miami, though, real quick. Because I think they're a team that perhaps they overachieved a little bit last year. You could say that.
In the
But
bubble
I
season.
still, what's that?
In the bubble season.
Yeah, in the bubble season. But I still look at them and say, I wouldn't be shocked if they gave Brooklyn problems.
It's crazy. You say Miami, I say the Knicks.
I don't see that.
I say the Knicks. I done seen, look, the last time I seen these two teams play, it was down to the wire. I think the first time they played, Julius Randle got ejected on some BS. The second time, a dog fight. One thing I could say, teams like Knicks and Miami, they might not have the best stars, but they got dogs that gonna compete and give your all stars a rough night. So, but I think the Knicks could do it. They're a top 5 team. They could do it.
Well, I mean, obviously the 3 in Miami now isn't the 3 in Miami before, but
Right.
like I feel like they still have a solid 3.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I do feel like Miami can be a team to stir things up again.
They dogs, man.
Right.
They just play that team ball, and you got Victor Oladipo down there as well with Bam, Jimmy. Because Jimmy didn't play against the Nets because he was hurt.
Right.
So it's like, okay, and they still was able to win.
And you got guys like Iguodala,
Tyler
been
Hero,
there before. Hero
Duncan
and Duncan
Robinson,
Robinson
right.
are your shooters.
Dragic, he's still there.
Yep. I mean, you got some good players. I know their record regular season, but they were like that last year.
Yeah.
I mean, and then all of a sudden,
They looked really good defensively though
That
last
too.
season. In the bubble, they looked really good defensively, and then
they didn't
They
lose
had-
anybody really.
they had Crowder. Do they still have Crowder?
That's true. They had Crowder. They did lose Jay Crowder.
I feel like that was a
That's-
really big key point.
He's
on
in
their
Phoenix,
defense
I
last
think,
year.
now.
Yeah.
But speaking of Phoenix, CP, he surpassed Magic Johnson last night for the 5th and all-time assist. So he's getting up there. He's gonna be a great one. But we know he's gonna be a great one now. But
Oh yeah.
CP3 definitely. Do y'all think CP3 could take, if he plays a little longer, will he be the number 1 leader and all-time assist?
It's going to be tough catching Stockton.
Yeah.
Because Stockton's just, I want to say he's got like 5,000 more than anybody else.
Yeah.
I'll double check it, but I think he'll be in the top 3,
Yeah.
CP3.
Yeah.
He'll probably pass Mark Jackson, but then he'll probably get knocked out of the top 3 by LeBron. Because LeBron's right there on his heels.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's pretty much like who could play the
Who can play
longest.
longer,
And
yeah.
right now, it's looking like LeBron, but at the same time, you know,
But CP not falling off.
Mm-mm.
Chris Paul not falling off. We know he not. Like,
What
I
would
think
have
it's-
happened if
I
he
think
went
it's
to
more
the
like
Lakers?
the physical eye test that's like,
Mm.
okay, LeBron's going to be in the league forever type deal, but
Mm.
CP3 and his role on the team that they're
He
playing,
don't have to do too much.
he doesn't have to overly do anything, so I feel like that's a huge piece for the rest of his career as well.
All right, so I pulled up top 5 list. Or
All right.
here, we'll go top 10. Starting at 10,
Mhm.
the glove, Gary Payton,
Mhm.
just under 9,000. IT, Isaiah Thomas, the real Isaiah Thomas. Number 9 with 9K, just over 9K. Number 8 all time, LeBron, 9,700. He's about to pass up Oscar Robertson for the 7th spot. Magic Johnson, just over 10K, number 6. Chris Paul, just over 10K. As you said, Chris just passed Magic in the 5th spot. He's got 200 more to pass Mark Jackson in the 4th spot.
He'll get that done.
Then he'll pass Steve Nash, 1 assist later. Steve Nash has 1 more than Mark Jackson. So he'll definitely get in the top 3. But now Jason Kidd, 12,000. He got another 2,000 to get to J. Kidd. But then he's got another, where he's at now at 10, John Stockton's almost got 16K.
Mm.
He needs 5,800 more to get where Stockton's at. So
I feel like with Chris Paul's role is doable. Like he goes to teams where he don't have to be that all-star. I like when he went to Phoenix over the summer. I liked that move just because what I saw in OKC. You got Devin Booker, young guy, talent guy, bright future. All right, I'm gonna come to this team. Hey man, I'm gonna teach you the game. I'm gonna dish you the ball, play ball. That's it. Now Phoenix battling for a playoff spot, and then see the playoffs in how many years?
It's been a while.
mm-hmm.
You feel me? But did we could?
All right, trivia. I'll give you a trivia.
All right.
All right, top 25 assist leaders all time. Okay, there's 4 currently playing. You already know 2.
CP3
and Bron.
Right. Yeah.
2 more are in the top 25, still playing right now.
Who passed the ball?
Is Holiday still playing? Or not Holiday?
I think she got a
Crawford. It's not Crawford.
Nope.
Crawford. Okay.
They're number 13 and number 15 respectively. So there's actually 4 in the top 15.
And they
Wow.
still playing
current,
today.
4 current right now in the top 15. LeBron, CP3.
Is it? I'm gonna take a wild. This is a wild guess. Is it Kyrie?
Nope. Not enough years.
Oh, no. Okay.
It's there. Like, I'm thinking about it.
Melo?
No. Your listeners on YouTube are going to be they're going to be thinking about this too. 2 current players, other than LeBron and CP3, top 15 assists right now, still active.
One's not Jokic, is it?
Nope.
Dwight Howard?
Nope. Not assists. Rebounds. He's way up there.
Okay. Still playing? Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook.
Triple doubles. I had a
Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
Number
John Wall.
13.
John Wall.
Nope. Too many injuries.
Ah, true.
Who's been around for a while?
Kevin Durant.
True point guard.
True point guard.
D Rose.
Rubio.
He won a championship last year.
Won a championship last year? Hold on. Oh, Rondo.
Rondo.
Oh my God.
Rondo's number 15
Wow.
all time.
I just feel like Westbrook's kind of like just. To me, at least, I feel like he just fell off the face of the earth.
You gotta say he got triple doubles, so that's what I thought. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's obvious. The Westbrook thing's obvious now.
the Rondo jump was. I expect Rondo.
Rondo's number 15, Westbrook number 13.
I keep forgetting.
Still
Rondo
plays.
still plays, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
He been quiet on the Clippers. One got Blake in here, Clipper fan. They've been. I mean, last time I saw they like 6-0 since Rondo got there.
Yeah.
I don't know is it a big difference, but we'll see. I'll see what it does in the playoffs.
That's when it matters.
Because the Clippers supposed to be a powerhouse on paper regardless.
So Westbrook's at 13 and Rondo's at 15.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a shoot up.
That's pretty
Westbrook
crazy. You
finished
got
top 10.
4 currently active players in the top 15 in assists.
Westbrook could shoot up top 10. He had too many triple doubles. That's another dude who's been going crazy these last couple of months.
All right, how about rebound leaders?
All right, Shaq.
You want to do all time, or you want to do current?
We do.
Let me do.
How many's current?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up. All right, we'll pull it up. Well, number 1, it's Wilt.
Obviously.
Bill Russell, number 2.
Okay.
Kareem at 3.
Okay.
Elvin Hayes, 4. Moses Malone, 5. Timmy Duncan, number 6. Karl Malone, number 7. Robert Parrish, 8. KG. Kevin Garnett, number 9. Nate Thurman, 10. All right, so active players.
Okay.
We got 1 active player in the top 25.
One active player?
80.
1 active player in the top 25.
It's not Dwight Howard?
It's Dwight Howard.
Oh, it is
Dwight Howard's number 12.
Okay.
12 all time.
Only one?
Only 1.
I thought you would have been. out there.
What does that list look like?
What, rebounds?
Yeah.
All right, top 25 rebound leaders all time. We'll start at 25.
All right.
Patrick Ewing, Kevin Willis, Dennis Rodman, number 23.
Okay.
Charles Oakley, Paul Silas, Dikembe Mutombo, Charles Barkley, Bob Pettit, Jerry Lucas, Buck Williams, Shaq O'Neal, Shaquille at number 15, Hakeem Olajuwon 14, Wes Unseld 13, Dwight at number 12. So Dwight has more rebounds than Hakeem, Shaq, Barkley, Rodman. People forget Dwight Howard's been around for a long time. Played a lot of years in Orlando.
And he was a really good player.
Yes. He's catching. He's probably gonna get into the top
10.
Definitely. He's probably gonna get into the top 6. He might get in the top 5.
Speaking of centers,
I was just gonna ask this when we talk about the list. Do you think Drummond's creeping up on that, or
I was saying Embiid.
It'd be interesting to see.
because I know there was a point Drummond was dropping like 20 rebound games like it was nothing, like back to back to back to back.
True.
But
All right, we'll do points. Current players, there's 2 in the top 25. 1 who's just outside the top 25. Active players.
2 of them.
Most points of all time.
Oh, Steph got to be somewhere in that category.
it's Carmelo
Yeah.
and LeBron, right?
Carmelo, number 11. LeBron, number 3.
And then one outside,
1 outside the top
just
25.
outside,
Close.
close.
He's about to catch Allen Iverson, who's number 25.
And it's not Westbrook.
Played with him, though.
Harden?
The other one,
KD.
KD.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Durant's just outside the top 25. So if we go from 25, you got AI, Ray Allen, Patrick Ewing, Jerry West, Reggie Miller, Alex English, Vince Carter, who was current, just retired, Kevin Garnett, John Havlicek, Paul Pierce, number 16, Tim Duncan,
Hashtag smile.
Dominique Wilkins, 14, the Big O, Oscar Robertson, 13, Hakeem, number 12, Carmelo, number 11. And Melo is going to get to number 10 as long as he plays one more year. He's gonna pass Elvin Hayes. Moses Malone, Shaq's number 8, Wilt number 7, Dirk Nowitzki number 6, MJ number 5, Kobe 4, LeBron 3, Karl Malone 2, Kareem number 1.
All right, scoring wise, what did I see Steph and James Harden finishing at in their career, just knowing how many points they put up, like it ain't nothing.
The route Curry going, I can see him breaking top 10.
Yeah. The only thing is, people often forget, Curry's older than you think. He's not a one-and-done guy. He went to Davidson and played multiple years in college. He's in his mid-30s.
Yeah.
So he came into the NBA like you think about the greats like LeBron and KG and Kobe. They're one and or Zion. You know, they're high school to the pros or one and done. He wasn't. You know, Steph played multiple years, so he's a little older.
His only problem is if he can stay healthy. His health is going to be the defending
Steph?
factor on it. Yes.
Steph don't. You really get hurt though. Not a lot.
Recently, it's
Recently.
been getting a little dicey.
Okay.
But, you know.
But I could say that. Well, we understand why this year he's doing it by himself. He's going out there.
Well, let's see where he's at now. I'll look it up. Because KD's got 23,000.
He's got to be close.
He's got to be close.
He's got to be close.
I know he's
Because he came in the Warriors and was a factor like that.
Right.
I know he's the leading Warriors all-time scorer.
Yeah. He just got that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So Steph's got 17,900. He's got to get to 25,000 to crack the top 25.
Oh, shoot.
So he's still, I mean, that's what I mean. You got to put in a lot of time.
Man.
And here's the other thing people don't remember. Go back and look at Steph's first few years. He wasn't that dude.
Yeah.
LeBron came in 18, averaging 23. 20. I mean, right out of the gate.
Kobe,
didn't
same
matter.
thing.
Same thing. Same thing. Steph was averaging like 10 for a couple years. He wasn't Steph right out the gates.
And you know what makes that crazy? To think that Shaq is at number 8 at a big man.
Imagine if he hit his free throws.
Oh, my God.
He'd probably be number 1. Can you imagine that?
Like Kareem
Just
Kareem
shoot 70%.
He's probably Kareem is what Shaq wasn't because Kareem was able to do a little bit more.
Yeah.
And he's at number 1.
Yep.
But like that's just how dominant Shaq was. Couldn't hit free throws, couldn't shoot the ball, but still managed to be 8th all time in scoring. That's ridiculous.
Just get him the ball in the paint.
You got Curry who could literally throw it up from any point on the floor, and he's not even cracked the 25.
It's
and
crazy.
Shaq, all he did was dunk and lay the ball up.
Turn
He's
and
at
post.
number 8. That's insane.
I think Steph gonna have a great career when it's all. I think Steph gonna be one of the greatest when it's all said and done.
Oh, yeah. He's the best shooter of all time.
Yeah.
Already, in my opinion.
It's the way he makes it look so effortlessly. It's just
The flick of the wrist.
Nah, crazy shot. I want to say last week, but Luka hit the little like 1
that
foot
was
shot.
wild.
Yeah, I was like, alright.
He's got some crazy game winners
Luka?
already. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's wild.
How y'all think his career's gonna take?
Man.
Luka gonna be alright. Luka
Dude,
gonna be alright.
He's young, and I mean, he
Yeah.
came in. He's doing what LeBron did,
Yeah.
and what the Kobe's did. Like,
Yeah.
just 18, 19, averaging 25.
And he's only gonna get better.
Okay, who's another clutch player? Dame, he's a big one. Dame, he'll perform in the clutch moments.
Dollar
He'll see you. Who else?
Damian Lillard's got 16,000 career points, just under Steph.
Well, we say LeBron is a clutch player, or we call LeBron a clutch player.
He developed the clutch gene,
Yeah.
I guess you could say, later.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of had to. I feel like.
Yeah, when he was with the Cavs, his first run with the Cavs before he went to Miami and won, he deferred a lot because, again, I say this all the time, his best attribute then, still is now,
Pass
passing.
the ball.
And he didn't have a jump shot when he came into the league. I mean, it was not a great jump shot. He can get to the basket. He could blow by anybody, dunk on anybody. His best attribute was being a great point guard. But when he went to Miami, he became a better shooter and hit some more game-winning shots and slowly developed that clutch gene. Now, like, you look at inside the numbers, he's actually hit more shots, I want to say, inside a minute when, like, his team's been down one or a tie game, like, more than anybody. I forget how they...
He's very D-Rose, healthy D-Rose was a clutch player.
Super clutch.
He was clutch recently with the Knicks. I think he recently went to overtime and won. So.
Speaking of, did y'all, not D Rose, but did y'all almost see that dunk that could have happened for a game winner with
John Morant, he tried to web
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So he jumped with the pass, seen the pass wasn't there, still in the air, throws it off the backboard and about
Sick.
dunked on somebody for game.
Man.
That would have been probably the best play
100%.
of all time.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And it was so close.
John
too.
talented too, man. One thing I fear about John Morant is he gonna get that D Rose effect? He gonna get that one injury that be like, bro, no, because he's so athletic, he could do so
I was
much
gonna say.
at the guard.
Yeah.
And you
It's
know,
like-
that's the fear with the it's always nice to get a player that's super athletic and way more athletic than anybody. But like you also take the risk, like that certain injury can just take them out of competition. Because like if their only perk is that they're super athletic and they're way more athletic than everybody, if they get injured and get behind the 8 ball, they're not going to be able to battle back and play at the same level as they did before. So, like, you're just taking that risk. That was why I was so concerned with Zion. Because Zion was, like, just this physical specimen. You know, he's NFL, like, on paper, he's an NFL D lineman.
Yeah.
Out there, head over the rim, dunking on people.
It's wild.
And, like, with him, I felt like with how his size and the way he jumps, I felt like his knees were going to be shot at the beginning of his career. And, like, it's still a little bit too early to tell.
But Zion kind of slowed down. Not to cut you off, Chris, but Zion slowed. Like, Zion going to do the little crazy plays. He kind of slowed. Now, John Morant, he's different. He's coming in. He wanted the crowds to stand up. Like, whoa, that's my only issue. But John did get injured this year, and I think it was a leg injury, if I'm not mistaken. So, hopefully, he stay healthy because all this young talent we got in the league, even the ones we don't talk about, like I think we forgot about Trae Young, what he does in Atlanta, and forgot about what's going on up in New York with Cam. Is it who up there? Is it Barrett or Cam Reddish?
It's,
Barrett.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember where Cam Reddish ended up going.
Cam is in Atlanta. Cam's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say he's still young. Zach LaVine, what he does in Chicago. So it's like so this young talent we got, if they can stay healthy, the league gonna be in good shape, in my opinion, when it's all said and done.
You know who we didn't talk about?
Who?
Jason Tatum.
He's gonna be the face of Boston. He's gonna be the face of the Celtics.
You don't see him being anything bigger than just the face of Boston?
Boston not gonna let him go. Boston, what I learned from watching Boston sports, they build in the draft, so they're not gonna let him go. They're gonna try to keep him and Jaylen Brown around. They might let Kimba go, but they're not. The two players, their future, they're not letting that go, bro.
Well, let me rephrase this. Do you see him at some point in his career being like part of that talk? Like, okay, he's one of the better players of all time.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so here, let me throw this one out.
Okay.
5 years from now, so 2026, who are the 5 faces of the NBA? You only got 5.
All right, Luka, Tatum,
Mm-hmm.
Zion. I'm gonna say D Book. I think D Book going for him.
Mm-hmm.
And John Morant.
You said 5 years.
Interesting. Okay.
You said the face.
The face of the league.
It doesn't necessarily have to be young guys, right? Or do you?
We said 5 years from now. I don't see LeBron playing for another 5. Honestly, don't see that. He take care of his body.
might
I do
be
have
there,
some,
but-
I do have somebody in mind that might be playing 5 years from now.
Tell us who it is.
Will they be the face of the league though? I don't know.
It's tough.
Giannis.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about Giannis.
Giannis, definitely Luka. Luka's going to be up there 100%. Tatum's going to be up there 100%. Trae Young, I feel like he's going to be kind of taking in that Steph spot of things. I feel like Tyler Hero, I think he might be able to develop into one of those top. Huh?
That was a shocker.
You don't feel like he can?
I think Tyler's a good role player. He's not.
I'm just trying to kind of go a little bit different than what you said.
Respect.
But I mean, obviously, like what you said with Devin Booker and stuff, that's possible. All that stuff. Like, I'm just kind of trying to be open. Do you feel like Bam could be like a face, kind of like a big man type deal?
You know who I didn't name? Mitchell. What's all in Utah and Denver? What Mitchell, Mark? That's a tough question. No, I'm thinking about it. That's a lot of players, man. You still got.
I'm
Zach
starting
Levine.
to look around.
Jamal
now.
Murray?
What? Zach
Cat?
Levine, the
Cat?
Joker.
Cat.
Y'all think Cat gonna come back to what Cat used to be though?
He's only 25 right
Anthony
now.
Edwards. I know this is his first season.
Oh, man.
But
Yeah. Anthony Edwards.
who another rookie that?
I mean, I think the no-brainers, like no doubt about it. Go ahead.
LaMelo Ball.
Yep.
Oh, LaMelo.
What a Lonzo.
He's the truth.
Yeah.
LaMelo's good.
He's going to be back in 7 to 10 days. He got cleared to work individual, so that should be a nice one.
I think that what worked perfectly for LaMelo too is that he was so hyped up coming in that so many people hated on him. It's like he's done all this, okay, cool, but he's not going to be able to come to the league and do anything.
Yeah.
And then comes in, youngest player ever to record a triple-double, dropping 20, 30, 40 games.
I think what helped him, I think he's a true point guard. Like, he got that same LeBron type pass first, find open teammates, and my point's going to come.
What helped him, though, was the way he developed his size.
Yeah.
He developed that point guard aspect early. And, he was still Chino Hill's point guard. He wasn't that tall.
That's true.
He wasn't short, but he wasn't like the shortest thing. But he was like, 5'11", 6 foot at Chino Hills when he was young. And then he
shot
developed.
up. Then he just shot up.
Yeah. And then, he had to develop that point guard game. You got Jello, who was he was set, stocky. He was going to be that kind of 3-4 type of guy.
Right.
Then you got Lonzo, who was already kind of big, established. He was more like the two guard, maybe 3, depending on what he was playing. And then, so LaMelo had to develop those skills. Because if they wanted to be on the floor at the same time, he had to develop those point guard skills early. And then he left, and what happened, started shooting up. You got 6'4", 6'5", and he peaked out at about 6'7". So you got this kid who's been playing point guard his whole life, developed these skills at an early age, at a high level too. You're talking about nationally ranked high school team. He was freshman point guard up.
Went overseas and still did.
Overseas as
still
well.
What, number two pick? So
Yeah.
it's he ain't miss a beat.
So he's got point guard level skills at 6'7". He's I hate to compare him to KD because I feel like potentially he will be a little bit better all around.
He's a mob player.
around.
That's what he is.
He's legit. He's legit. All right, I got my list. I'm going Luka,
Okay.
Giannis,
Okay.
Tatum. The fourth one might surprise you. Brandon Ingram. I really like the steps he's taking. He's only 23. I know he's injured right now, but man, with his wingspan at 7'3", 5 years from now he's going to be 28. I think he's Kevin Durant 5 years from now. I mean, he's going to be doing that kind of stuff. And fifth, man, I was going to go somebody different, but now you guys are talking me into LaMelo. You know, I think it's like up in the air. I'm going to give 3 for that fifth spot, and we'll see who takes it. Trae Young.
Okay.
Fox. De'Aaron Fox.
I forgot about De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox.
What about doing Sexton and
yeah, he's still a little raw, though. I like
I don't
Fox's
see
game.
him being the face of the league.
No, I could see Fox being there, though.
Yeah, Fox can. Sexton, not so much. I feel like he can be a top player. He's kind of sitting at like that
top 10.
like that CP3 spot, or like
Yeah.
when you talk about the league, you don't really like. Obviously, we know because we've seen everything he's done. CP3 is a good player, but you don't really see him as a top dominant player. But I mean, like we stated, he's
Right.
leading or top in assists, not top of all time.
He's not as
but-
flashy, maybe.
Yeah, but
He do his job.
He does
Yeah.
his job very well, and I
But-
feel like that's kind of Sexton's game.
But like, if you said LaMelo 5 years from now is the face of the league over Fox and Trae Young,
It makes more
I wouldn't be
sense.
shocked. I mean,
I can
you
see
know,
it.
it's gonna be one of them young point guards.
I got a question for y'all. If Giannis found a jump shot down the line, how dangerous is he to
Oh.
lead?
He will
It's a
be
problem.
essentially unguardable. You could not guard Giannis. You could not guard him
No.
because you're gonna have to play up on him, and as soon as you play up on him, he's gonna blow by everybody, and it's not even gonna be fair. He's gonna dunk on you. He's gonna blow by you. Sit back. He's gonna shoot on you. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want to think about that.
But,
So he's 26 right now, Giannis. Yeah, so he'll be.
About 31,
Yeah,
30,
yeah.
31.
That's perfect.
by that time, you're gonna find that jump shot. Will he still be in Milwaukee?
That I don't know.
No.
But Brandon Ingram 5 years from now is only going to be 28.
Oh man.
I mean, you think about where he's at right now. Brandon Ingram 5 years from now, 28. Man, I think he's going to be. I love his game.
Think about him too.
I love his game.
And I watched him play in person, and when
He's
he was in high
smooth,
school,
effortless.
and it was like a man amongst boys. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even fair.
Well, he's like 6'9" with a 7'3" wingspan.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he was the same way in high school. Same way.
crazy.
He was developed in high school when
Yeah.
he came in.
What are some cities, NBA wise, we think gonna be on the map? I say Charlotte.
I was going to say
LaMelo.
Charlotte for sure.
Up and coming teams.
Miles Bridges there, LaMelo, Miles Bridges, a flash.
Yeah, Charlotte
Scary
might.
Terry.
Yep. Terry Rozier from Youngstown, Ohio.
Oh my
Hometown.
God, dude.
3-3-0.
Do we see?
I feel like
Terry
we bring
Rozier.
up somebody every time from.
I mean, I just
Youngstown.
know anybody that's from my home city. I gotta.
Gotta go throw the shout out for sure. What up? Nah, they don't got nothing. I was gonna say Orlando. They don't have nothing at all besides Mark.
I like Atlanta, man.
Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah.
I like Atlanta with Trey, John Collins, Cam
Phoenix.
Reddish,
And they got the center from the Rockets.
Capella. They got
Capella.
they got a nice thing
I
going.
like Phoenix as well.
Yeah, I think
Phoenix too.
I
The
think,
Nuggets.
Yep.
I think Book. He's gonna learn a lot from CP. Where he's gonna that next season is gonna be really. He's really going and now I know how to take control of the lead.
For
I think
sure.
you'll start to see him become more of a better all-around player instead of just a
No
scorer.
kidding.
I'm really interested to see is Utah for real in
That's
these
the question.
playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because they play that team game, which I feel like it's built for the regular season. Like in a one-game scenario, they're tough to beat. They play as a team,
But in
they
a
share the
series-
ball. But in a 7-gamer, I don't know. I mean, like we said, Golden State, they can beat them. If Golden State got the 8
Yeah.
seed, it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
They took them to 7 and beat them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. In the series, that's one team watching your film every game. There's no other team they watch it.
Right.
Not move on to the next. Back to you. All right.
Right.
But I'm not gonna knock Donovan Mitchell just because what he did last year with him and Murray going at it 45, 50, 42, 40. So he could. So Donovan Mitchell's going to compete. Now it's just the question: is everybody else going to come compete?
Right.
Is Rudy 2-time Defensive Player of the Year? Is he going to come and shut that down? Is Mike Conley going to do his thing, hit up a little threes, keep the team up? That's all that is.
And I feel like with Jamal Murray being out as well, I feel like that kind of makes it a little bit easier path for the Jazz as well. So it'll be interesting now.
Hey, speaking of the Nuggets, they got some nice young talent. They got Bobo, got Michael Porter. Is it Michael Porter? Michael Porter Jr.? I think so.
Yeah.
They got him. You got Joker. And whenever Murray come back, hey, the Nuggets looking real good, man. Because a lot of people sleep on Bobo, but when Bobo plays,
they just don't use Bobo. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Cause that's another dude that who got like a nice advantage over some players.
Because he's all over. His only thing is his size. Like, he doesn't have enough weight on him to be that tall. But his game is very polished and it's very spread out.
Tall, lingy, got a nice little wingspan, so you trying to reach up.
So what? There's like 14, 15 games left, right? All right. So if the regular season ended today, Philly's playing Charlotte, 7-game series. Who you got?
I'm gonna take Philly.
Philly in what?
I'd say about 5.
Philly in 5.
Philly in 5. I think Charlotte will get a game or 2. I can see 5 or 6.
All right, you got Brooklyn 2 seed against Miami 7 seed. I like that. I think that could be a good
Game
series.
7.
Brooklyn and Miami.
Game 7.
Without KD or with KD?
Without the start today, so they're out their starters. The Miami will upset. I think Miami upset Game 6 or 7. Miami upsets.
I do too. All right, Milwaukee, New York.
Milwaukee.
I like the Knicks. I do. Like I said, the Knicks are dogs, man.
I feel like Milwaukee's too much of an established team.
I can't say that. I seen the Knicks compete, dog. Like, you let...
I know, but in a 7-game series, though...
Look, are you just take Giannis away? You take Giannis away, that's dead.
Okay, you're sleeping on Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton is a
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
Nah.
Brook
I
Lopez.
like the names. I like these names, but I'm telling you, we know they crutch now. You take Giannis away and force Giannis to shoot or pass that rock.
Yeah.
You got you a game.
You taking the Knicks? You taking the Knicks over Milwaukee in that series?
Yeah, I'll take the Knicks.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's a 7
game series. You're right.
And I don't see Knicks winning more games than
both teams could change up their game plan. They playing each other for 7 games. So.
All right, 4-5. This would be a good series.
Okay.
Atlanta, Boston.
Ooh,
Boston.
I'm taking Boston. I'm gonna take the vets.
Okay.
Boston. I'll take the vets.
All right, West Coast.
Okay.
Western Conference. Utah, Memphis would get in today in the 8th spot.
Utah.
Yeah. Phoenix, Dallas.
Ooh.
That's going to be a good series. If it ends up that way.
That's a good game, man.
Phoenix, Dallas.
I know what Luka could do, but you got CP, you got Devin Booker. I'm gonna take Dallas. I know I'm
gonna say Dallas.
I gotta
as well.
take that, but the A don't.
It'll be a good series, though.
That's
It'll be a good series.
How about Clippers, Portland, 3-6?
Clippers.
Portland?
Wow.
Portland.
All right, Denver, Lakers.
Lakers.
Yeah.
Just because they're gonna got their star players.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it would look like today.
But now that Portland and Clippers.
That'd be a good series.
Yeah,
You said Hornets and who?
Hornets and 76ers.
Yeah, Hornets would be the 8th seed. Philly would be 1.
You said how many days? How
You
long?
play 7-game series.
How long till LaMelo's back?
7 to 10 days. He's doing individual workouts as of this week.
I don't know, man.
Only what I'm
Really?
If it
They're
was
scrappy, man. And
it was to start the only game I'm looking at is that Portland and that Clippers game. Not CP. PG-13.
Their thing is, though, they will have to stop Embiid. Have to. That's a must. But I don't know if anybody's stopping Embiid at this point. So
Golden State just did it. How many points he had yesterday?
I can check.
Who's on them?
I don't know. They kind of
Because Wiseman's hurt, ain't he?
Yeah, it was probably Looney.
Mm.
You said last night's game?
Yeah, that's not bad.
Um,
Monday, Sunday. I know.
Embiid had 28 and 13 and
Never
8
mind.
assists.
I'm a little biased because I'm a Hornets fan, but
Never mind. That boy had 28.
Yeah, he led him with 28.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Curry had 15. He was their second leading scorer.
That's a brother you don't hear about, but he's a good player. He's a good role player. He just flies under the radar.
that was a good player for them too as well.
They needed a shooter.
They needed to spread the floor.
I think Maxey will be pretty good too eventually.
But no,
You know what?
if it did start today,
You know what? I'm talking crazy. I'm taking Hornets in 4.
Oh man,
4,
in 4.
I'm taking Hornets in 4.
you can at least have 6.
I'm taking them in 4.
The only game that sounded
They got some
realistic.
players, man.
Only game that sounded realistic to me was if there was to start today, Miami upset the Nets. I like it.
I'm telling you,
it's very possible.
I really
And the Knicks
still
upset
think
Milwaukee.
Miami can make noise in the East.
Yes, and the Knicks can
really
too.
do.
I ain't a Knicks fan, but they can too. They, if you go back to my videos, I said it. I saw the future. I said Knicks will be a top 5. I said Knicks will be a playoff team, and look where they at. So,
Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
So I'm gonna keep riding that train until it fall off because I was right the first time.
But with Miami, man, I think you just got guys that are prime for the playoffs. Jimmy Butler, Bam,
You got dogs.
Iguodala, Dragic. Dragic
You know what?
always plays
You know what?
way better in the playoffs.
You know what Buddy said that one time though? He's like, Martian's got the death beam pointed at Earth.
Yep.
You gotta hit this shot. Who are you taking, Curry or
Max Kellerman said
Iguodala? I'm taking Iguodala. So I mean, he's a playoff guy.
He's a playoff guy.
I
He's
just
a
feel like
playoff guy.
And so is Jimmy Butler.
yeah.
definitely.
Jimmy Butler is a playoff guy.
I feel like you got them teams.
So is
that
Goran
know-
Dragic.
Yeah.
People forget about it. That dude can ball still.
Dragic came up huge in the bubble.
He's not the best player from Slovenia anymore. Luka got that, but
Yeah.
he could still ball.
And then you got Duncan Robinson who could literally just light it up at any time.
Him and Hero. I mean,
Yeah,
they
him
could
and
go.
Hero.
They can go off.
You got Bam inside, gonna make it tough on your bit, man.
They can
Bam's
beat
gonna be
anybody, in my
tough.
opinion. They can beat anybody.
I just feel like you got teams that know when to click.
Yep.
And I feel like Miami's, they're one of that team. They'll let you have a regular season,
Yep.
but they know as long as you make it in the playoffs, or turn it
It'll
up or
be a
not.
tough out.
They know where it really matters.
Yeah. I want to say the same thing for the Knicks, but we haven't seen them yet. I don't know too much about the head coach. I don't know, has he been to the playoffs or not?
Oh yeah.
So-
Tibbs.
And the thing with the Heat, bro, they just be having fun.
Yep.
They just be having fun with it. And I feel
no
like
pressure. They just ball.
no pressure. Just go out there and ball and have fun. And they're young. Well, besides like
No,
their
they're young.
bench. They're
Jimmy not
bench,
that old.
but they're young.
Jimmy's still in his late 20s.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking more of your bench, like Iguodala,
Yeah,
Dragic,
Dragic, yeah.
type of guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Then
I like their squad, man.
they still got none coming off the bench too.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's another one.
They got guys, man.
It
So,
seems like y'all really liking the Heat right now. Y'all taking a trip to Miami. Y'all ain't
Oh,
telling me about.
not to mention Trevor Ariza.
Oh.
They have Trevor Ariza and Andre Iguodala. They've got Dragic, obviously. Dwayne Dedman, nice pickup. He's a big man off the bench. I mean, man, I'm telling you, I think they could beat anybody in the East.
This will be interesting.
They did it last year, but all right, this is my prediction. It's a crazy prediction, but it could happen. Eastern Conference Championship game. You hear the crowds. Let's go, Knicks in Miami. Why not? Why not? I ain't picking no favorites,
Whoa.
but Knicks in Miami.
You got to have
And listen,
Brooklyn in there.
Let's be real.
Listen,
It's gotta be
they're
Brooklyn or
hurt.
Philly.
They're hurt. We don't know if they're gonna get it together before
That'll
the
be
playoffs.
wild.
We don't know. We don't know that they're gonna get it together. We don't know that.
I don't
know that.
I don't know if the Knicks can pull off a 7-game series.
Knicks
You're
in Miami.
saying them doing it, what, 3 or 4 times?
I'ma say it again for you can hear me loud and clear. Knicks in Miami, Eastern Conference Finals.
The Knicks will be a bounce first.
Knicks in Miami.
Knicks in Miami. Watch I tell you.
Right
If that's
now,
the
it's
case,
the 6th
Miami's
and
going to the
7th seed.
championship. They're going
Yeah.
to the finals.
Yeah, they're beating the Knicks.
They're beating the Knicks.
like I said, right now, the Nets are questionable. Philadelphia, we know, we don't. It's Philly. Take away take away Embiid, and force Blake force Ben to shoot. We might got something.
All right, so in the East, your team's the Knicks. Sounds like me and Chris, our team's Miami.
No. See, I
in
didn't
terms
say
of the
that.
team,
I
who
didn't
could
say
shock
no.
the world.
Realistically, it's Miami, but
Yeah,
my
that's my
actual
team.
team is Hornets.
Okay.
No. Okay.
My team that could actually, I think take it, that maybe people are overlooking, would be Miami.
Okay,
Oh no!
then
If I'm being real,
Who's your team that's like under the radar that could come out the East?
the Knicks.
Okay.
Stop
what I
laughing,
thought.
bro! I'm telling you, bro. You
Hey,
laughing.
he's from
Mine's
Miami.
Yours
He's
is
from
New York.
Miami's not under a radar
And
team.
Chris
I know they're
Chris is
dogs.
Charlotte. Yours is Charlotte?
Like under the radar team.
Under the radar
like-
team, you actually think that they could come out of the East, though?
Oh, it's Charlotte. As long as LaMelo comes back
Okay.
fully healthy and able to mesh back in, I feel like he'll be fine. Solely because LaMelo ain't got to do it. If you look at it, Scary Terry, when LaMelo was
who?
playing, was dropping 30 plus 40 games.
And Devontae Graham, too, right?
And Devontae
He can
Graham.
fill it up.
So LaMelo just causes so many people to look at him on the floor that it opens up everything. And then he facilitates the ball so well.
All right. So who's the underdog for the West? I'm gonna go
That's
first.
where I was going.
All right. I'm gonna go first. If they make it in, if Golden State make it in, they're the underdog. Now, if they don't make it in, the underdog, even though they are the first place in the West, it's the Jazz. Just because people just don't, because we don't like. Not saying we don't respect them, but you got that first place in the regular season. But like I said, playoff ball, different ball game. So.
What'd you say? Who was making the playoffs if it ended right now?
So right now in the West,
Utah, Phoenix, Dallas, Lakers,
Yep.
Clippers,
Yep.
Portland,
Yep.
Memphis.
Denver.
I'm missing in Denver. Y'all know somebody.
Yep. Utah won,
I feel
Phoenix.
Phoenix is that underdog team, I feel like, for me at least.
You know what's crazy?
They're the 2 seed, but I mean it makes sense. I
It
know
makes
where you're coming
sense. Like
Same thing with
nobody sees them.
no one talks about Phoenix.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing with the number 1 seed with the Jazz. Like people people talk about the Jazz like they're an 8th or a 7th seed. It's like okay, yeah. Like,
Where are the Lakers at?
Lakers 6,
Five.
5, one of them. Yeah,
from. 5.
yeah they've been.
But I mean,
dropping.
right now they're going to draw Denver without Murray. I mean, I can't see that.
That's a sweet.
Them giving them a lot of
And
problems.
playoff LeBron.
Yeah, that's a sweet. Bring the broom
Yeah.
out. Bring the broom out. Yeah.
You know what? I want to say Dallas.
Dallas is your
They
underdog.
just need one more piece. Like, and it's not even like they need a great player. Like they got Luka, they got Porzingis. They're just missing something. Like they're
Shooter?
missing like a really good shooter. I mean,
Yeah, they have Steph, but they let him go.
they had Seth, yeah,
It's Steph.
but they picked up Jay Richardson.
What about Darren
Josh
Fox
Richardson.
go to the Mavericks?
Who's that?
They say Darren Fox go to the Mavericks.
Yeah, if something like that. Yeah, they need something like that, or like
Buddy Hill.
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
That would be a nice. They need like just a
Where's he at,
20-point
the Kings?
scorer.
Still?
Kings, yeah.
Kings?
But I still like Dallas, man. I mean, I think they could beat anybody. They get hot, and here's the thing, though. You know what you're going to get from Luka. You know what you're going to get from Porzingis. Just about. If they make noise, it's going to be the other guys. It's going to be the Tim Hardaways. It's going to be the Josh Richardsons.
And they're capable.
And they're
of it.
capable.
They're capable.
They can do it. I mean, Tim Hardaway. I've seen him get hot when he was in New York. So
I'm not switching things up completely, but I'm kind of like coming out the air with this one.
All right, the Lakers.
Just because I thought about it and I said the word. Okay, playoff perspective.
Okay,
Two different sports, I know, but give me a break.
no problem.
Who's a more dominant player? Playoff LeBron or playoff Tom Brady?
Playoff Tom Brady. Playoff Tom Brady.
Is more dominant.
Mm.
I'm taking LeBron.
it's tough.
Taking Brady. And I don't
I'm
like
taking
Tom
LeBron.
Brady. Like me, like Brady, I don't like him. It's
It's
I gotta
hard
take-
to
it's tough.
say after this last year.
Right.
They did win a Super Bowl, but that Buccaneers team
was loaded.
Their defense
was ridiculous.
so good.
Their defense was so good. Their offense altogether was good. Not saying Brady didn't help that.
Right.
Not saying that. But when you had an offensive line like that, a running back core like that,
Yeah.
and a receiving core like that,
You can't miss.
with Rob Gronkowski, Gronkowski,
And
at tight
another
end,
good tight end.
Yeah.
O.J. Howard.
OJ and Brait. They had 3 good tight ends.
that team
That team
was ridiculous. And respectfully, I don't think LeBron evenly. I know it's 2 sports; it's hard to say, but I don't think LeBron had a as dominant team as Brady with that last
I
team.
agree.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I
if
feel
Brady was anywhere else, he would not have won the Super Bowl last year.
I agree.
that. Nope. I can't even
Unless
say that. I can't say that.
if Brady was at the Rams, maybe.
Yeah.
No. We're not.
If he was with the Chiefs,
Oh,
No.
definitely.
No.
What?
No.
they didn't have the defense.
They didn't have the defense.
I can see that.
Tampa didn't have the defense.
Brady's
No,
Patriots
no.
teams were dominant when they had a good defense.
They were.
That's why I say if he was
How
at the
about the year
Rams,
they won with when they played against Philadelphia? Maybe they went to the Super Bowl with when they played Philly.
they didn't beat
lost.
Philly.
Yes, they did. They played Philly in the Super Bowl. But
Are you talking about the time Foles came back? And
Yeah.
Foles beat them.
I was about to say Philly won.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
Philly
saying. So you said he only wins with like when the defense is the top dog, or he only makes the Super Bowl when the like what you trying to say? Like dude, like you saying he
Wins. Like
Wins.
he only.
Oh,
wins.
okay, yeah.
We're talking about winning.
Okay.
Yeah.
He would have. He could have made the Super Bowl with a select few of team like Chicago. He could have won the Chicago.
Maybe New Orleans,
New Orleans, maybe.
Green Bay.
No.
Maybe.
Nah.
No. Mm-mm.
Defense wasn't there.
Defense wasn't there, and Aaron Rodgers, I feel like,
He's just-
completed
yeah.
that offense.
Yeah.
I completely. It's kind of biased because I'm not really a big Brady fan, but I feel like Aaron Rodgers is a better QB.
He just never had the teams around him. I think you can make that argument.
Yes, sir.
You're agreeing with me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think you can make that argument. Yeah, I think you can make
I
that
feel like
argument.
Aaron Rodgers is a better QB.
I think he's more talented.
Yeah.
For sure.
Man, we
He's
got
just never had the defense.
we got some great quarterbacks though. We had Peyton Manning with Denver that year.
Yeah.
We had Drew Brees. What?
You know
not
what's
last
wild?
year, the year before.
This is one thing that's just always wild to me.
What's up?
Eli Manning has just as many Super Bowls as his brother Peyton.
Mm.
Right? Or no, does Peyton have?
No,
Oh, he
Eli
has
has more.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Eli
Peyton
has
one.
2. He's been to 3 and won
yeah.
2.
Yeah. Yeah, how about that? Eli has more Super Bowl rings
Then Peyton.
And he's beat Tom Brady.
twice.
But then Peyton
Right?
beat Tom
Was
Brady
it
too?
twice?
No, he beat Baltimore once.
Yeah, he beat Baltimore
Yeah, it
once.
was Baltimore. And then
And he beat Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
He beat that
That was
squad.
an ugly Super Bowl, man. I remember that game. That they were just 2 defenses. That game was so ugly.
But then Peyton beat Tom Brady when they had to play in the AFC Championship game.
When he was with
Denver.
Indy or
I thought
No.
He never beat Brady with Denver.
I don't think so.
So who did he play to get to the Super Bowl?
Patriots didn't. I don't think Patriots made it to the championship game that year.
They had to play.
Let me
I
see.
don't think so either.
Let me see if I can find it.
Cause
I don't
they
think
played
did.
Seattle. Denver played Seattle one year, got destroyed. They went back, either went back or the year before they played Carolina and they won. Now, who did he? Was Baltimore good around that time?
It might have been Baltimore, or was it Pittsburgh?
He played this. I thought they played Pittsburgh.
No, they did play the Patriots.
Okay.
Oh, it was
They
Patriots.
did.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
I
wow,
remember
okay.
they played Pittsburgh with the Tebow Mania.
Right.
They lost that game though.
No,
Yeah.
we got bounced by Broncos in the divisional round.
Okay, all right.
So
all right.
Patriot. So this is how it played out.
Okay.
It was originally Cincinnati. It was Cincinnati Bengals and us.
They've been a wild card team.
Bengals and us for
Mhm.
wild card, and then Chiefs and the Texans as a wild card. Chiefs beat the Texans. We beat the Bengals. So divisional round, it was Chiefs Patriots. Patriots beat the Chiefs. Then it was Broncos us. Broncos beat us. Then Patriots Broncos. Broncos beat them.
Okay.
And it was 20-18.
But yeah, just looking back at it, Cincinnati used to be a wild card team every year. Houston used to be a wild card team every year. Who else was the wild card team? They're the main two. Like they just they get to the wild card.
that.
What?
The Panthers beat the Cardinals 49-15 in that championship round.
I didn't know that either. I forgot about that.
Hold on, let me make sure this ain't fake.
Make sure he.
Let me make sure this ain't fake, because I don't remember that.
I just remember those Eli Manning teams, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, the Giants were.
Was that prediction? Hold on.
No, remember when Dallas played Green Bay and the catch that kind of.
Oh yeah, controversial one.
What?
You know, on them teams with Eli, the running backs, they had the Thunder and Lightning. You guys remember that? Ahmad Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs.
Oh yeah.
They called them Thunder and Lightning.
Mm.
Teams don't do that anymore. I mean, they had two distinct backs. I mean, one was Brandon Jacobs was this big dude, and then Bradshaw was he's the guy you want to give a toss, get him outside, and
Yeah, but definitely, man. I mean, I think that's when Tony Romo was his best. Was Tony Romo the quarterback that year, or was it Dak when they played Green Bay? It was something.
it was probably Romo still.
Yeah, but I think that was a catch, man. I think that one Dez was in his bad, man. Dez was in his
It was
bad.
It was. I mean,
That Cowboy Dez,
I was rooting
Ryan.
for the Packers, so I was like,
Do you remember when the Green Bay used to have Jordy Nelson and
Oh, man.
Greg Jennings?
oh man,
What? Who was the running back during that time? Was it Eddie?
Amon Green.
No, it was true.
What?
The Panthers in that conference championship game beat the Arizona Cardinals 49-15 coming into that Super Bowl game.
How did they score all them points? Who did they have on that team?
Cam.
Olsen.
Jonathan Stewart,
running
D'Angelo
back.
Williams, and Tolbert,
D'Angelo Williams.
Greg Olsen, Funches.
Funches didn't do nothing that year, though, did he?
That was the year.
Steve Smith was he still there?
No,
I don't
Steve
think
Smith
Steve
wasn't
was
there.
Who did they use?
Kelvin Benjamin was there, and that was when Kelvin
Benjamin.
Benjamin was good. Ted
Yeah.
Ginn,
What happened to Kelvin Benjamin?
he got fat.
Man, he was so good.
He couldn't stay in shape, and then just
I forgot about Kelvin Benjamin.
because he left
Went to Buffalo.
went to Buffalo, and then went downhill from there.
I forgot about
But
that name.
they also had Ted Ginn on that team on
Oh,
the offensive
yeah.
side, and then their offensive line was really, really good.
I think
'Cause
that
you
year
had-
they ran the ball a lot.
You had Ryan Khalil at center, and this was
Stud.
Pro Bowl Ryan Khalil.
Right.
You had Trey Turner at guard. You had Michael Orr at one of your tackles,
Oof.
and then I can't remember who the other guard or the other tackle was, but
Then
they're all offensively they were good.
And their defense spoke for itself.
And then I don't know if I forgot to say, but Cam Newton at quarterback.
Yeah. Who was at that time a stud.
MVP, yeah. But now, going back to Green Bay, just the teams you kind of watch. Remember, they had Eddie Lacy.
Oh yeah, Eddie Lacy.
Eddie Lacy,
But
same
no.
thing. He couldn't stay in shape.
But Jordy Nelson was a lit receiver. I'm sorry. Jordy Nelson was
Oh,
like
he was
that.
so good.
Man,
Jordy Nelson was good.
Wes
He was
Walker
so
was
good.
like that, too. To be so small, Wes Walker was like that.
Yep. How about
Jordy
Julian
Nelson
Edelman?
was a little. Jordy Nelson was a little bit more impactful than I think Wes Welker was, in my opinion.
Speaking
I feel-
of receivers, so they put up something came up on social media. It was like, is Edelman a Hall of Famer? And
Until Devin Hester.
and here's what somebody else said. You'll be shocked when you look at these numbers. Hines Ward.
Yeah.
How
Hines
the heck
Ward.
is Hines Ward
Yeah, I didn't even
not
think about
a
it.
first ballot? You look at his numbers and the fact that there are people thinking like Edelman is a first ballot. Put Edelman's numbers next to Hines Ward.
Because I forgot
It's not
Hines
even
Ward's
close.
been put up multiple times, but he's never made
It's
the final
crazy.
cut. Yeah.
He got crazy good numbers.
And they can't bring up Super Bowls
no, he's got 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
because he's got 2.
I mean, it's insane.
And
he's got an MVP,
you
right?
cannot tell. Yes, I think.
At least one.
And you cannot tell me Julian Edelman is a better receiver than Hines Ward. I'm
No.
sorry, you cannot.
If
Randy-
Edelman gets in there before Hines Ward, like that's wrong.
Did Randy Moss make the Hall of Fame?
Politics and favoritism at that point.
That's wrong. Yeah, that's just because he played with Brady.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
100%.
it.
100%. And that's why I don't. This is like one of the reasons I don't like Brady. Is like everything connected to him or that he does is automatically like, oh my God,
Greatness.
greatness.
Right.
But like, if you actually sit down and watch him play, there are way better players than Brady. He's like the Bill Russell combo.
Yeah.
Like Bill Russell, don't get me wrong, he's a dominant player and won a lot of championships. which is your end goal, correct? But like, I don't know, dude. It's just hard to say.
I mean, I think with his time in New England, here's the thing in football. It's not like basketball where, like, you can win it because you got two guys that are super talented.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you can look at the Lakers and say, they won because of LeBron and AD.
Yeah.
And everybody else did enough.
Brady.
Where in football, it's like you got a lot of guys that have to show up.
Yeah.
Like, they don't win all them championships if they don't have them good defenses. I mean, you look at last year, like that Tampa team. I mean, look at Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
They're super talented on offense.
But they have
no defense. They couldn't win.
Yeah.
So, like, in football, like, it's hard to say, like, this one guy was it.
It was the sole thing.
You know what I mean?
And
in basketball, you can kind of make that argument
The people
more.
that kill me is they look at these Patriot teams and they might not be as flashy as other teams. They'll automatically be like, Tom Brady did it himself. Tom Brady did it by himself.
It's like football's
You
tough.
can't tell me Edelman's a number one receiver. When it's talk of the season is talk about how great Brady is. Julian Edelman's not no top receiver.
Right.
He's not a face of the league. But as soon as Julian Edelman retires,
he's a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. Like
right.
you can't
have both.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. Like
I agree. I don't think Julius is one. Oh.
If Julian Edelman is a Hall of Famer, that takes down some of Tom Brady's rep, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because
Gronk, Hall of Famer.
Okay, yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Gronk would have done Gronk things
When you had a team?
regardless. He's just that good.
Yeah.
I can see that. And a lot of people sleep these offensive lines that Tom Brady has had
He never gets hit.
really good.
Yeah,
I mean, he never gets
Like
hit.
that with the last one he won with the Patriots, that offensive line was
Stacked.
good.
He never gets hit. I mean,
never. And that's
Right.
why he's able to play so long. It's
Yeah.
people's like Tom Brady does it himself. He's so good. Then how is Tom Brady 43 and still playing? It's because of his team, his offensive lines.
Right.
He's constantly having top 5 offensive lines in the league.
For sure.
And the only argument you can make is when he first got in the league, he did take a lot of hits. But recently, no.
Nah.
No.
He don't sound like that at all for real.
And look at the season. Look at the season.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the Buccaneers' offensive line wasn't good, but when they did have a stage during the season that they were struggling,
Right.
and they were not on the same page.
I was against the Saints.
And look at Tom Brady then. So he lost his cool.
He wasn't that good.
Cussing out everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, he's supposed to be one of these best leaders everywhere. Every time the offensive line came off the field, he was, it's y'all's fault, da-da-da-da. He never took the blame. They were losing. They weren't good. But as soon you make a couple rotations around, Tristan Wirfs kind of steps in as his spot.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jensen that came in.
Played well, yeah.
You had Steiny who came in late in the year. The kid from JMU, Steiny, played guard. He came in. I can't remember who their other tackle was. They started to establish themselves as an offensive line and how dominant they were. And then you started to see they started winning. And then playoff hit.
They just tired.
And then their defense
Stacked.
And it's just
I'm sorry. I never talk about their defense. They should have lost against the Packers. I know, shoulda, could, woulda. They shoulda.
Yeah.
Cause when I think of that game, I remember the play when Aaron Rodgers like this side of the field was wide open for him just to run it.
Right.
And I'm like, why? And he threw the ball. I'm like, no.
I thought this year was Aaron Rodgers' year.
I ain't gonna lie at all. I thought it was
so too.
But it's that defense, man.
No.
Yeah.
They just never have good enough defense.
No.
They're always good offensively.
We're not going to say that. Nope. We're not going to.
If you take that Aaron Rodgers offense and put it with the Buccaneers defense,
the year they beat the Steelers, go look at the year they beat the Steelers. Go look at that defense.
Sam
that defense was stacked.
Sam
Shields, Clinton Dix. Mm-hmm. When he was early on in his career.
They still had
Clay Matthews.
Matthews.
Was Wilson
A.J.
still
Hawk.
Was Wilson still there?
Huh?
Was Wilson still there?
What position?
I think Wilson, free safety or corner. Charles Wilson.
Might have been.
I won't say I think he was still
That
there.
defense
Woodson?
was good.
Woodson was
Tremont Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tremont Williams was still there. I think Harris. I mean, they were stacked. I mean, they had a great secondary, good linebackers. I mean, they had edge rushers. I can't remember that they had a stud DN too.
Didn't they have Peppers?
I think they had Peppers.
They had
on that
Peppers
team.
that year.
Yeah, and they had the offense like they always had. And what happened? They won.
Yeah.
They had the defense.
Mm-hmm.
They had enough to stop Pittsburgh. And like, that's what I'm saying with the Packers. I mean, they're always there offensively. If they can just have a good defense.
I'm telling you, if you put Brady in a situation like,
Say Brady would have stayed.
Look at the Saints. Saints are the same way. They always have the offense.
yeah,
Always.
But
They
defense
rarely
started
have the
coming together.
defense.
It started coming together late.
if
When
you
they
put
do, they've won it.
Lattimore.
They won it that year when that defense was stacked.
if you put Tom Brady in a situation like Matthew Stafford, I promise you he wouldn't have last as long, and I promise you he wouldn't have done as good as Matthew Stafford.
A lot of people like
And
Matthew
yeah.
Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a good quarterback,
Very
good. Like
but
him.
he's never had an offensive line.
No.
Never.
Nope.
Never had
had a
an
good defense.
offensive line and never had a defense. The
can't
only
win.
the only thing you gave him was
Johnson.
Calvin Johnson.
Yep.
And a quarterback and a wide receiver is not going to win you games.
Yep.
It's
That's
going to
true.
win you some games, but it ain't going to win you a championship.
Really, when you put it like that and you look at what he's done pretty good.
Who? Matthew Stafford?
I mean, with,
Yes.
with what he's had, he's kept them somewhat relevant. Like,
And you think about how tough he is, and you put him with situations that Brady's been in.
yeah.
Whew.
And then it goes the other way, too. I mean, look how mediocre you could be as a quarterback. But if you got an awesome defense, I mean, you could do great things. Like, look at Trent Dilfer back in the day with the Ravens. You know, playing with those defenses. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, you know?
Yeah, but no. Matthew Stafford get a lot of praise. I remember Aaron Rodgers saying, like, before Pat was doing a no-look pass, Stafford was
It
doing
was
that.
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
So,
And-
I can't wait to see what he do with the Rams.
And he's going to take that Rams team. He's going to do better than Jared Goff did.
I think so, too.
I promise you
Think
he
so?
will.
I think so,
promise
too.
you he will. Because he
think
has
he
an
can do-
offensive line.
Yep.
He
Yeah,
has an
the
offensive
defense.
line, and he has a defense.
I think they're going to be really good.
And they have receivers.
Who we got?
You got
Cooper
Woodson.
Kupp, Woods,
Woods, I meant. Woods.
Josh Reynolds.
You got the running back, Cam Akers.
You got Cam Akers at
coming
running back.
on. They got a couple of decent
You got
backs.
Buddy
Two good
at,
running-
at tight end.
Higbee and Everett.
Higbee. Yep.
They got two good tight ends.
Yeah, man. The Rams could be, yeah, man.
They're going to be nice.
It's going to be
You
massive.
put that against that Lions team
They're gonna be
last
nice.
year. It's two different teams. I promise you.
And
Matthew
their
Stafford.
defense, way better than the Lions.
How do you feel? How you feel about
What's up?
Carson Wentz at the Colts?
I like it. Major
I like it,
pickup.
too.
I love it. I feel like he's
Carson
in the
Wentz
same.
has an offensive line now.
I like it
He's
too.
in the same position.
And a
He's in
good
the same
defense.
position.
And a good
Oh my
defense.
god, he in the same spot as Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Great defense, great offensive line. You got the receivers. It's like okay.
And he's with his old offensive coordinator,
For
the
real?
one that they won the Super Bowl with. Yes.
Oh man,
Wow.
didn't know that.
So
How do you think Jalen Hurts is going to do now in Philly?
I think he's gonna do all right. I think they're gonna
Full
start
season.
building around him.
I
I
think
feel
so,
like that's
too.
a good guy.
Yeah. they're gonna start
I can't wait to see him play the full year. And
Yeah.
You know what I'm interested about?
What's up?
Dwayne Haskins with the Steelers. With
He's not
us.
gonna start.
He's not going to start, obviously.
No.
But
he's still young enough. I mean, he can get good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of your Pittsburgh Steelers, the other day a kid coaching extension. I don't know how many years, but he got an extension. So
that
he's
3-year
gonna be
extension.
around.
3-year.
3 years.
Tomlin,
Tomlin.
great coach.
But I definitely want to see what.
He's definitely one of the greatest coaches of all time, and I'm not even saying it's biased.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
He
but-
definitely is. You know what? I just look at those teams.
He's the most winningest black African American coach.
Yep.
So that's one to throw in the books. You know.
Wait, did he come in after Bill Cowher? Was there anybody? He came right after Bill Cowher, right?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. These great teams, how do they do this? Like, they just go from great coach to great coach, from great quarterback to great quarterback. It seems like all the great teams do it that way.
Well, I think
It's
what
amazing.
fit with us is kind of Mike Tomlin fit perfectly with what we're about. He's a defensive minded head coach.
Was he in Pittsburgh? Like, where was he before? Like, was he just an
He was
unknown?
doing this. Oh my! He played at William and Mary.
Okay.
I know that. So he played football at William and Mary. Then he started coaching, but I can't remember where he is. Who did he assistant coach for?
It's amazing to me, these great teams. They they always make the right moves.
Yeah.
It always works.
Mhm.
And you look at bad teams like the Browns. I mean, at least they're coming around recently, but
I throw a coach out every year.
you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like we can never do anything right, and then you look at these other
Who's
teams,
your
they
coach
do
right?
everything
Kitchen?
right.
Kitchen, your coach right now?
Oh, he was terrible. No, they fired him. Thank
God.
God.
Who is it right now?
I like the coach they got now. Shoot, I'm drawing a blank.
Do y'all think young coaches are going to take over the league?
Shoot, I don't even know who the heck the coach is. Who the heck's the coach?
Oh, man, but I think young coaches going to take it over, but we finna get ready to head out. You know, man, we had a nice conversation, talked about basketball, talked about football. You already know. It's the apartments. I'm going to have their Instagram in the description.
Oh, Kevin Stefanski.
Okay, there we go.
Kevin
We got
Stefanski
it.
from Minnesota.
Like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for coming to the apartments. Enjoy y'all day.